Hello and welcome to my first YouTube video. As you can see by the title, I'm gonna do a haul. I've slightly lost control during this isolation, and I'm sure we all have, are starting to lose our marbles a little bit. I've spent my time ordering makeup and I will be spending it on food, so I thought, why not? So it's taken a lot of willpower not to touch this makeup. I've had it for about a week. A couple of things still haven't come, but it's stuff that's more of a top up rather than trying new products. Some of these things are things that I've already used. Some of them are a new little treat which I wanted to get. I'm going to start with skincare. This I've tried a tester of before. It's the First Aid Beauty facial cleanser. This is really good for getting your makeup off. I use the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cleanser at the moment, but I'm coming to the end. This is also something else I've used before. The Ren Ready Steady Glow Tonic. This was recommended to me by a friend and it did not disappoint. Lovely stuff. So this is what I've used in the past. So the Glow Tonic, and then it was just a little set. It was cute. Came with a mask and a gel cream. Gel cream? Yeah, gel cream. I have tried the gel cream once, but obviously I've still got my moisturiser. I use the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Moisturiser as well. Next skincare product is the, I think it is skincare really, the Kiehl's Glow Formula Skin Hydrator with pomegranate extract. Instantly illuminates skin and provides antioxidant protection. You can use this as a primer. It's like a nice, you know, like illuminating primer, pop onto your foundation, or you can wear it on top of your makeup, so I'm told. I don't know if I'd use it that way, only because I'm scared with liquid highlighters. I'm just scared they're going to go patchy and I just can't be bothered doing my base again. Absolutely not. So I'm probably going to just use this more of a primer. I thought, right, the reason I bought it is because I thought it was a serum. I didn't really read, I just saw the word glow and I was like, straight in my basket. So we'll see about that. Next is the Inky List, the retinol eye cream. I've used it a few nights now, only use it at night. I have really sort of creasy under eyes. No matter what powder I use, anything like that, it just doesn't, I just still get creases. I don't know why, but I thought the use of an eye cream, I wasn't actually using an eye cream at the time. I've never really used an eye cream in my skincare routine, and this was only cheap. It was like £7-8 or something like that. When I ordered from Cult Beauty, what did I get from Cult Beauty? I got a few things. I got a sample and it was the Dr. Jart Tiger Grass Repair Serum. So I've heard a lot of good things about Dr. Jart. I have used their face masks in the past. I bought a massive face mask set from work. I got this free. I've tried this a few times. It's only a little babby thing. So this is to help with redness. Reducing redness evens out skin tone, tightens to promote a visible, healthier complexion. I get scarring. It's only like little red dots where spots have been, and it takes forever for them to go. Sometimes they just stay. I am a bit of a picker, so that's probably why that happens. Would be a good thing to help with that. I'm assuming that's what redness means. Does it mean like... So I have a nice little box here with makeup goodies. There are a few things that I've already tried here that have just been sort of like a replan, but there's a lot of like new goodies. I'll start from the beginning because there's things that I bought sort of earlier on. So I want this, it's an oldish palette. It's been out for a fair while. This is the palette Stationery did with Be Perfect Cosmetics. I'll show you the inside. This literally has any colour you would ever need in your life. And then you've got 3 highlighter shades here. Another thing I bought, which came after, so this was my second purchase. I bought the P. Louise Mitchell paints. So I've got Blank Canvas, Nitro and Glow Girl, and also this. So this was an offer that they had, I think it was like £24 or something like that, and you got 3 bases, 3 of the paints, and then a brush set. I have taken the brushes out, but they're just 3 flat brushes. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. I think it's rose gold. I've never used anything from Becca before, so I'll show you what it looks like on the back of my hand. So it gives a lovely glow. Moving on to foundation. So I always use this foundation. This was more of a top up, but it was a different shade. Doing makeup on clients, I obviously had to have like a bit of a variety, but because it was an expensive foundation, I only had 2 shades, but I had a lighter one and a darker one. I had Fiji and Barcelona, but now I'm not really doing makeup on other people, it's more on myself. I just got an in-between. So I got the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation in shade Punjab this time. So I've never used this before. I usually use the Barry M. This is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It's the one that's in the little pot. I got shade Vanilla. I've never used this before. I think it'll pair quite nicely with the foundation as well. Next thing I got is something else I've used before, and it was the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in Fair. Gives you a nice flawless base. I don't necessarily rate it for setting, so I wouldn't just use this on its own if you're wanting like a heavy duty powder to keep your makeup on all night. This is for me personally anyway. I like to go in with a bit of translucent powder under my eyes, because that's where I find it comes off the most, and a little bit on the forehead, that's why I get oily. I did order a bronzer. I ordered the Physicians Formula bronzer, the butter bronzer I think it's called, but it's not arrived, so, and I got impatient. Next is blush. I've seen this, I'm sure I've seen this in store, and I've always thought about buying it. I didn't actually realise that it was, I thought it was more expensive than this, but I also thought it was a bit bigger than this. So you've got 6 shades. I'd probably say these are the kind of colours that these 2 here are the kind of shades that I'd probably stick to. Next I bought 2 highlighters, completely forgot. One is slightly more bougie than the other. So it's a Becca highlighter in shade Opal. It's only a little babby one. I got the mini just because I thought I'd try it. This is the highlight. And then slightly more my budget is the Wet n Wild highlighting powder, Mega Glow highlighting powder. So on the top is Opal. On the bottom is the Wet n Wild. On to lips, I got a few different things. I got a fair few glosses. So the glosses that I bought was this little set from Lime Crime. I'm sure that this was a Christmas set. They're only little baby ones. But there's a Cherry Jubilee, which is like a pinky red. And then there's 2 glittery ones. Winter Cherry. What's the other one called? Minty Cherry. So that's what they look like. The next gloss, it's another Lime Crime Wet Cherry gloss, but this one is the clear. So this is extra popping. It's literally just a clear gloss, but it is one of the nicest clear glosses ever. I got a Kiko Hydro Gloss. I've got more of the nude shades, but I saw this little funky number. It is a pink, what shade is it? Shade 11. I don't think it has a name. No, it's just number 11. So this is a lovely pinky colour. Last but not least, I got some Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle lipsticks. So this was a 3 set. What's that? So you've got shades, the pink shade is Candy Venom. I think it's a red. You've got Madame. And then I don't know what shade you'd call that, to be honest. I'm not very good at colours. It's fairly nude, I'd say. It's more of like a, I don't know how you'd explain that, but the shade's called Spanked, so if you want to try it, you know, that's the same. I'll let you all know if I buy anything else, because I probably will. Got no control. So in this video I'm going to do a full tutorial, skin and eyes, on all the products that I purchased. I probably did go a little bit ham on the purchases, but it's what student loans are for, it's what an overdraft's for. I'm not in any way promoting the use of overdraft slash get yourself into hideous debt. I'm a student. Hideous debt comes along with it. So if you want to see how I created this little glam, then watch the rest of the video. See you in a minute. So I did start with skincare. I haven't actually used any of that stuff this morning. I've still got my Kiehl's cleanser left, and I don't, this says to use it at night, so I use it at night. I'm really confused about this. So a girl I work with has recently started working at Kiehl's, and she said you can put this over your makeup. So I might try a little bit under the foundation. I have, like, with it. I'm so good. Oh, for God's sake. Do a mix. Should I mix it? Yeah, I put a little bit on my face yesterday just to see what it was like. I can't say I noticed a massive difference, but I'd literally just put my moisturiser on, so I don't know if it had just mixed in with my moisturiser. So I'm going to do, maybe I'll try it on its own first. So I'm presuming it's just like a liquid illuminator, because when I first bought it I thought it was going to be a serum. That's what I wanted to buy, if I'm honest. May have wasted a bit of money, but it could look cute, I suppose. Look in the mirror. Can't really. I mean, yeah, it's glowy. I wait for it to dry. I mean, my skin does look good, I suppose, but I don't know if it looks any more glowy than before. Okay, I might put a little bit of this on. This gives me a bit of colour because I've got tan on my neck as well. I've got a very pale face. Just using a Peaches PC18 just to buff it in. I've got a red nose because I keep doing that. Allergies, darling, allergies. It's the time of the year. This is actually the first thing I've used from Becca. Obviously I've just bought that highlighter, but I've just never bought anything from them. My mum bought me this. I can't say that I bought it, to be honest, but I like a really dewy base. The only thing, I don't understand how, you know, the liquid illuminator drops and just popped it on there and then the foundation looks really dewy. Doesn't work for me. But I found with primers like this, it's really helped. I pop on my foundation. So because I've put a bit of tan on, I bought this one, Shade Punjab, as like my everyday, because I probably wear it a little bit too dark for my actual skin tone because I'm actually quite pasty, but I've got a darker shade. Well, we'll see. I've not even looked at the shade yet. I've got shade already. I've got Barcelona and Fiji. I like the tone of Fiji, but it's probably my colour, to be honest, but I just like it a bit darker. And then Barcelona, which is more of my tan, which is what I used to mix those two together. I'm gonna do 3 and a bit pumps of that one, and then 1 of Barcelona. I've realised skin is such a big thing, and so like that's why I've invested in my skincare, I've invested in my primers, my foundation as well. The only problem is I've got champagne taste on beer money, so buying the NARS foundation when I run out and I wear makeup every day, pretty much, especially for work, it goes like wildfire. It's not ideal, but at least I look bougie, at least I feel bougie. Going in with a real technique. I don't know what this is, I think this is like the buffer brush with Barcelona. Put another wee pump of that in there now. The way I like to apply my foundation is to pat, and this just gives you a real full coverage base. I have recently started using a beauty blender. It's the Morphe sponge, but what I'm gonna do is when I've finished, I am gonna go over it with a beauty blender. With the NARS foundation, it's medium to full coverage, so it's very buildable. Even if you just wanted to pop a little bit on, you could still get the like a really natural finish. Any that I have left over, I'm just going to swirl and bring it all the way down. Don't forget the ears. Always get the ears. Ah, lovely. I'm just going to go in with my damp sponge. I'm just going to press that in, so make sure it's all into the skin. Don't want any wee lines. I've heard so many good things about the NARS concealer. I usually use the Barry M concealer because what else would I be spending my money on, you know? This one's a first impression, I've never used this before. I've got shade Vanilla. I'm just gonna, I know this is meant to be very full coverage. I'm gonna pop it on with a brush and then blend it out with the blender. Wow! Full coverage, mate. I like quite a bright under eye. I might even use it as an eye base today, actually. Usually I use the Peelers. No matter what I use, always suffer from creases under my eyes. I'm hoping trying a new concealer. I don't know if that's just the concealer I'm using or like a combination of the concealer and the powder, because usually I use a wee Fenty one. Well, actually that's a lie. I recently started using the Fenty one. I used to for ages use Laura Mercier one. Someone recommended the Fenty Beauty one and I'm 50-50 at the moment. I don't know if it's just because I'm not using it right. I know that it's not good for baking, like that's why I started using an eye cream, because I thought, oh, it might be because my eyes are dry. I'm obviously going to use the Charlotte Tilbury powder today. Oh, I like that. Chuffing now. It's not as bright as I usually go for, but I think given I've got a tan on, I think that's bright enough. It's not German. I'm gonna go in with, so obviously like I said, a crease, so I never really, I used it on myself every now and then, but if I was going for like quite a soft makeup, I don't really use this for a night out, purely because it doesn't give me the setting power that I want, but the way it makes your base look is stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Make sure there's no creases. So I'm going in with PC15. I'm going to use this where I put the concealer. So if I was using a setting powder, like my Fenty translucent powder, I tend to go in with like a little fluffy brush and just layer it up and dust it underneath, because I find it sets a lot better. I'll still get my creases. I don't know how I will ever do my makeup and not have a crease under my eyeball, so I think it's just something I've got to live with. Maybe I've just got aged under eyes, maybe that's just what I was born with, you know. So it's not too heavy that it takes away the dewy finish. Oh yes, I love that concealer. Forgot about it. It's really sad. It really needs to go. Actually, I put it on my story and I was like, I've had this for 2 years, maybe, a year and a half. When it first broke, I put tape around it because I refused to let go. But I don't know if you can see, the hairs are starting to come out. Fear not though. They said they'd send me a new brush. I'm gonna focus this. I rest this part of the brush from the top point of your ear to the corner of your mouth, but I focus most of the pigment there. So I wiggle here and then I pat into the cheeks here, just to diffuse it a bit more so it's not as, the contour's not as strong. I like quite a warm cheek. I look so much more tanned in person. And then just a little bit around the chin to bring it down my neck. Don't forget the forehead. So, and make sure you get it back in your hairline.
So pretty much when I was shopping, I subconsciously bought a full face of makeup. There's 2 things that didn't come, and I was excited, so I wanted a video and I couldn't wait. So I'm waiting for a Morphe order, but I know my friend's just only just got her dispatch email. I ordered mine like two weeks after her, so I don't think I'll be getting that anytime soon. But pretty much got everything. It's just bronzer. I'll do a mini haul on my story and I'll show you. So this is the NARS Exposed blush palette. I never ever used to wear blush. No, it's the bigger world. I go in with another Peaches brush, so it's the same as the one for powder. I like quite a pinky blush. I'm feeling these two. Maybe I'll do a little mix. There's a little highlight shade in here as well, which is pretty. Oh, nice. Cute. A little swell. I do go in again with the patting motion, but and then I just pop a little bit on the nose. I don't put any extra on the brush. I just sort of use the excess around the perimeters of the face. Anywhere I've got the bronzer, really. I'm not going to use the glow shade in that because I obviously have my new highlighter, Opal, and then the Wet n Wild one. I'm gonna spray my face. Ooh. So I'm using a Morphe M510. Bougie. And then Cupid's bow. Favourite bit. Chin. Nose. Tip of the nose. And then along. And then anything left, just give it a little wiggle over the forehead. So that is the base. I'm not going to do a colourful look today because a few people asked for a glowy glam. So I'm going to stick to the neutrals. So you've got a nice little row of neutrals that I'm going to float about in that pond. Let me show you. I did a look ages ago. Maybe something like that, or is that too heavy? Maybe a softer cut crease. I won't do a full cut crease. I'm just gonna, while I'm here, brush the brow hairs up. I'm gonna use the base. Not the base, what the fuck's it called? The NARS Soft Matte Concealer, I think that's its name. Right, I'm gonna go in with the same brush as I use for my under eye. I'm just gonna pat there. It looks quite wet. You know what? I'm going to do one eye and then I'll come back on camera and I'll go through this. So I'll do this one and come back and do that one. So this is the eye look that I did. Okay, so going back in with that brush. Make sure it's not creased. So first going in with Intuition from the Carnival palette on a Molly O'Brien Gracie brush. With that, it's really nice for packing in the crease. With this brush, I like to outline the shape of my blend. I'll pat along sort of from here in the lash line and pat outwards towards the tail of my brow, but I'll focus most of the pigment sort of here, and then as I get further out, just make the pressure ever so slightly lighter so it softens out as it goes out. Right along there, so just keep going back and forth. When you're happy with your shape, you just want to wipe off your brush a little bit and then just ever so gently buff the edges out. So I'll just pack. The next shade I'm going to go in with is Haul, still from the same palette, on a Zoeva 22. Oh, they've all rubbed off. Like 5 of them. What's this? Yes, 224. The way you want to apply this is 50% on the first shade, so Intuition, and 50% onto the base. So place your brush halfway and just circular motions. This will help the shadows merge together. And then using the side of your brush, so rather than that, like that, you just want to lightly go over the bottom edge. And then adding no extra product to the brush, just sort of flicking it out. That's what will help you to get your blown out look. So I'm just going to go back in a little bit more with this, with the darker shade, and then back in with Haul, tiny bit on the brush. Going in with the Zoeva 221, going to take Basic, just a little bit further up again. With this one, you want to bring it all the way forward and down towards the inner corner. So for the lid shade, I'm going to go in with one of the highlighters in this palette, which is Gold Lux. Okay, so going with the P. Louise flat brush, I'm just gonna pack this all over the lid. This isn't necessarily, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a perfect job, because I'm gonna go over with Gatsby. So go back in with the 221 and then just get the edges. I'm gonna take the bigger P. Louise brush and then I'm gonna take my NYX glitter glue. Pop a little bit on the brush, so just pat it around your hand, make sure the brush is covered. So just pop this where you've put the gold shadow. It does dull it down a bit, but that's what Gatsby's for. Gives it that little bit of extra sparkle, bit of glam. Just pat over the base and look. Oh, just gonna diffuse that in. It's called Lights Out. So this is just to help the lashes blend in. I'm a bit stuck on what lashes to wear. So I'm either going to go with T.L. Mitchell's or Kitty Lash Tabby. They are both under eye. I'm using all the same shadows that I use on the top and bringing them on the bottom. So I'm going in with a Zoeva 226 smudger brush and I'm just coming along the lash line. Going in with Haul on the PC38 that I blended the black in, softening the edges of that there shade, like so. And then with my little, what's it got? Blank Canvas Cosmetic, yeah, with an E10. It's just like a little, it looks like a mini version of the 224 Zoeva one. And I'm just going in with the lighter shade. And this, only a soft amount. This is just to make sure everything, so I'll take it on the Morphe sponge, on the flat end. So it's nice to just get your crisp line. You just go along and just pat it in. I'm just going to pop a little bit of the Wet n Wild highlighter, whack it in the inner corner. I'm just going to whack some mascara on. The lash I'm going to use is the do you know what, I'm going to go Tabby. Is the Kitty Tabby lash. They are, you ready for these?
Let me just bend the package. I have used these yesterday. Look at the curl. Excuse my absolutely disgusting nails. Don't like big lashes. Don't bother watching my videos because that's all you're going to get from me. So I've got a choice of 3 lipsticks and a good few lip glosses, to be honest. I've got the clear wet cherry one, which I could wear. Maybe I'll wear that one. Yeah. I'm definitely going to use the pink out of here. I'm very excited to try it. I've heard very good things. Oh, this is so nice. I quite like it on its own, but I'm going to use a lip gloss. Yes, this is going on. So this is the finished look. This is me being very vain because I feel bouge. Thank you for getting this far. If I haven't bored you to death / annoyed you to death, I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Hopefully I've made your day a bit brighter, and I hope to continue doing that. I mean, even if you're just bored and you want something to watch, something new to watch. Like I said, thank you. Thanks very much. I appreciate the watch if you've got this far, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.